Welcome to our world on a Saturday night, and we hope you can enjoy your time. We're answering any questions. I do pendulum, I do readings. I'm a beginner channeler. So
Yeah.
I'm not, yeah, I'm just a beginner channeler. But hi, Julianne. And so I'm learning. Actually, Julianne, that just came in,
Yeah.
she's been helping me to
Oh, okay.
during the
Well, I
week.
mean, we all need.
Yeah, during the week we've been doing it live on the. Hi, Ellen. We're open to any questions. And do you like the comments on stage, Gigi, or just on the side?
However you want to do it, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Can you see the questions?
I cannot, but you
Okay.
know,
I'm gonna. I don't know if it'll show or not. It's not very bright. Let me see. I can do that. I
okay.
can do that
Yeah, I
because
can see that. I'm like, I'm not very bright either, but
that little tiny thing in the corner. I'm like going, well, that would work on my big screen TV,
right,
but not on
right.
these computers.
I have glaucoma too, so there's sometimes I have to get
Well, they tell
like
her, hey, yeah, give her caps, people, give her caps.
make sure I can see it.
D- um, Julianne wants to know, do you channel?
I can. If they decide they want to come through, or if, sometimes when I open up, all kinds of spirits want to come through, and then I'm just like, wait a minute, one at a time, But I never force anyone to come through that doesn't want to. I show respect because, I would want someone to respect me if, because some people once they're on the other side they feel like they did everything they needed to do while they were alive and they were like I just don't have nothing to say. So sometimes that happens. I can if it wants to come through.
Ellen would like a message from Spirit.
Okay. Message from a spirit for Ellen. We have a number 40 say thank you coming through. So you do have a lot to be thankful for and grateful for, and sometimes someone just needs that thank you, that acknowledgement, or maybe you're the one that needs to hear the thank you a little bit more, even if it's from your own self. Like, thank yourself for showing up, for being here, for doing the hard things, or even the things that we think are hard. Everybody's heart is different, right? But keep showing up for yourself and keep pouring back into your own cup, Ellen. It's very important. And believe in yourself and bet on yourself and keep building yourself up. You have a lot to be thankful and grateful for, and when you show that gratitude, more is added to you that you can be grateful and thankful for. So tell the universe, tell your guides, angels, spirit, how grateful you are for everything.
Okay. I was indecisive, but it's Saturday night. Okay. Um, what I have is for your strength is the Eight of Cups, straight up. And sometimes you just need time for solitude, and that is a strength because without it, your Nine of Cups, um, you can't replenish your abundance. You We all need. In fact, we were just talking about that. I was telling Gigi about my week. Woo!
Sorry, I just snorted a little bit. It made me laugh.
Oh, it was a typical. I've talked to my followers before about this during the week. I have a
Right.
very personal connection, and one of the things is I don't have a normal life. What other people think is normal. Okay, for them, but for me, My life is normal.
Right.
This, if it's not chaotic and bombs going off in my bedroom and the dryers, quitting
Oh, Lord.
that's normal. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ellen, I got sidetracked. But it's Saturday night.
And we're partying.
Yeah, it's party night. I already took my Xanax.
Oh, we're just waiting for it to kick in.
Yeah, it hasn't kicked in yet. And then we got the Two of Wands as for your advice from Spirit is have a clear plan, be ready to go because it's coming. You're it's coming. It's soon. When I was yeah, 2 weeks, sometime in the next 2 weeks is there's a change coming from your spirits. So, hi Kendra. Let's see. Uh, Julianne, what does my grandmother want me to look at in my astrology now and in the past? Yikes. Uh, I'm not very good. I know very little about astrology. I know some, but not a lot. In my astrology now, and then what does my grandmother want me to look at? I'm gonna do a tarot pull on this one.
No, sometime we're getting close to a Mercury retrograde. I know that. So, are you wanting to know, like, do you know your birth chart? Because where they are when you're born, you may want to check where they're at now. And read on that. I heard moon sign right away, so maybe check your moon, like whatever sign it happens to be in. What was the rest of it?
I thought I marked it and I didn't. I'm driving here. That's Ellen. Julianne. Okay, so I get it. You'll find that when you start doing this stupid thing that you're supposed to scroll on, like on regular Word docs, how it'll scroll.
Right.
On here, the scroll doesn't work.
Oh, great.
It might be see there, it's working. No, see the little arrow. Oh, maybe, no, it's not working. It's goofy. It might be just a programming error,
I feel like, because I think some of it was about the past too, right? Oh, okay. So, like, your grandma and you have been related in past lives. You've been friends in past lives. Like, I feel like you try to find each other, and in each lifetime and in each way, and that's a bit of soulmate energy right there. I don't think of soulmate as being just romantic only. So moon, Venus, you may want to look at your placements there and where they're at now, and perhaps Jupiter. I think if you're wondering about financial, I think it's Jupiter. That I know Mercury is your communication. I get things mixed up sometimes, so I have to write them down. So yeah, Jupiter is abundance. So if you're wondering about that, check where your Jupiter and where Jupiter currently is.
And then she added on this part. What does my girl want me to look at? About smoke. Oh, and if there's times I have another question about smelling smoke. I got a comment about this one. I've been smelling smoke, and there is no smoke.
Right.
It's like wood burning, actually. It's like a wood burning smell, not tobacco or
right.
It's actually like wood lumber.
I think it depends on the type of smoke you're smelling too, because everything has a meaning. Does it smell good? Does it smell bad?
Is it a memory?
Yeah. I mean, you could have had a home go up in smoke at one time in a past life or something, and
it smells like cigarette smoke, she said.
Oh, okay.
See, mine like smells like wood. But
And I think,
of course, this here is my vape,
oh yeah.
and it's natural pot smelling.
Ooh.
It's not flavorful.
Hmm.
It doesn't have raspberries and all that crap put in it. It's just
Right, like the smell good stuff. Yeah. Cigarette smoke. Well, for me, that, if I smell cigarette smoke, the first person that comes to mind is usually, who's trying to get a message to me or connect with me, or something along those lines. I smell weed sometimes too, and I'm like, okay, my father-in-law is here visiting, or something. So uh pay attention to how it makes you feel, is something, because if it makes you feel good, then I wouldn't worry about it too much. But if you're like, you can always ask your guides and your angels to help you receive the messages, and maybe it'll come to you in a dream,
I'm gonna
so.
yeah, I'm gonna pull an oracle for her because my oracle cards are pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I can't wait until I get my new ones. They're held up in Chicago
Oh
in
boy.
customs. They got here on June 15th, but they got scanned and held up because I heard that what happens is the cards that I ordered have a gold on the side,
Oh yeah.
and they're having trouble getting stuff through because of the edges.
You used to smoke, so um think it's someone on the other side. Did your grandma smoke? I mean, is that a connection or a possibility there as well? I have speak with love coming through with you as well. And to me, this looks like they're in Paris. So, in the canals or something. So maybe Paris has some kind of meaning as well. But make sure you're speaking with love. Make sure you're speaking positively over yourself, over other people's situations, and especially about the future. So, because it ain't written in stone yet.
Okay, I'm gonna pull oracle for her because I'm gonna try and go for like a general reading because there were so many, and we
Right.
have quite a few coming up, and now the people
Okay.
are for the rugs. I may have to pause and give it over to Gigi.
I'm
Uh,
long-winded sometimes, so
my mom passed. Okay, let me see. Let me go to. I'll
is
be
this
right
the same
there.
person?
Here we go. Kendra has a question.
Finances in the near future. All right, let's see what's going on with your finances, with your money. All right. Let me just pull a few, if I can even talk.
Um,
Tea leaf fortune cards here for you. So let's see what we got. All right, we have Mountain coming up first with major challenge to overcome. So, you're going to be climbing up this mountain. You're going to have to make some choices here in regards to your finances. You have the purse for pay attention to your finances
I was
as
going
well.
to ask if he's over.
Maybe you need to look over your statements and see where your money is going. Maybe you're paying for apps that or things, subscriptions or some kind that you're not even using, so you could cut those out and have that money coming back in. You do have the not for unsuccessful plans coming in here, but don't let it get you all tangled up in a knot, because sometimes things don't work out the way we wanted to, the way we planned. And it's another way spirit protects us from things that aren't meant for us. So, sometimes things fall apart because it's in our best interest. You have the boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So, you got to put your best boot, your best foot, your best leg forward and keep going. You have the dolphin, financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. So, if you've been putting money away, or you have a 401k or something along those lines, maybe you've been investing. You also have a pin here for new job, new career. It could also be a raise, a promotion of some kind. So just keep pushing forward and remember that you bring a lot of good things to the table. So you are deserving and worthy of having the dream life you want to have.
Okay.
I know I'm long-winded. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's all right. This one's for Julianne, for her questions about her mom, and I kind of lumped it all into one question. I come keeper of whimsy. Whimsy is a muscle. We in the modern world have forgotten this, but the true tree keepers remember. When employed by your imagination, whimsy yields strength. It's harder for the world of stress to reach you with its constant barrage of should and shouldn'ts. When you were indulging whimsy, share a cup of tea with your favorite tree, have a conversation with the moon, ride a wave of imagination in your own backyard, you will find yourself more resilient to the demands of the day and more open to its possibilities. And now I got a Kendra. Sorry, you guys. I was giving area carpets away, and I sat home all day and nobody bothered to call or come by. And then 5 minutes before I'm coming on the air, they called. I forgot. I'm looking for.
Did your pill kick in?
No, actually, I'm calming down. I'm not as wound up as an 8-day clock. I was like, "Wee."
Yeah, bing and bing, bing, bing.
I know I was. That's why I finally decided to do it, because I get wound up with so bad. All right.
And I
Finally,
feed off of that energy, so I'm over here like a squirrel now.
oh my gosh. Almost there, Kendra. And Vivian, I have your question mark too. What a night. Finally got a spot. Finances. I wish. Oh, starts out a little shaky. You start out with the Five of Pentacles, which covers you currently. So it would be you're struggling. There's just, we all are, but some people struggle more than others.
Definitely on the struggle bus here myself. So
I'm okay. I'm not great, but I'm okay.
right.
I retired and I'm okay. Problematic. Then you're making progress. A momentum is coming up where the Three of Wands is showing an opportunity's coming, but it's not there at this point in time. And then at moving forward, you got the Emperor. I don't know if you're employed, Kendra, or if you're a boss or something, but someone in power is there for you. Leadership makes rules. Maybe you're getting a promotion. Six of Swords was how it's developing. So maybe your boss is leaving, and then the position could open up, something like that. Um, you got to let go of old ideas so you can move forward. And the outcome is the Empress.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a
Divine counterpart.
yeah. So you got an abundance coming. So hopefully it's here before you need it. Let me put it that way. I hope it looks good. Let me see. Vivian would like. Okay, got it.
Message from the spirit,
I have a
please.
message from Spirit, please.
I have put others first coming in for you here. It's the number 43, which can be what, a 7 if my math is mathing tonight.
Yeah.
Sometimes I struggle a little bit. You know, 7s can be challenges, responsibility, and your own personal development coming in. So, you know, sometimes as women, we are, you know, the nurturers, and we do put other people first above ourselves, and you know, then we forget to pour back into our own selves here. But make sure your cup is overflowing and not depleted before you're putting these other people first. And you know, sometimes we it's a slippery slope, because you know, we want to do, when we see people struggling, we do want to help, but you know, we have to put our strong healthy boundaries in place, because when we're givers, you know, them takers out there are like, oh, there's one, you know, and they'll just take and take, and you know, not give anything back, or you know, deplete you completely like an energy vampire. So make sure you have your strong healthy boundaries in place. And I feel like it's a work in progress, is what Spirit is saying here. Whatever, you know, this relationship is, you know, whether it's with yourself or with another person, you know, give yourself lots of space for grace, as well, as what Spirit is saying here too. So a way will be made where you can't even see one right now. So keep believing.
Hmm. Yay. Hi, Vivian. First card I got up is your current situation is justice. Um, you've got fair. You're working. You're working balanced. I'm thinking your partnership or your relationship that you're developing with another reader is justice, and it's. I think you guys, and if honestly, I've watched you guys a little bit, but I haven't watched you an excessive amount because I was doing other things. I apologize, but otherwise I'd be on TV all the time. Right? There's so many people I love to watch. So um, I think you guys have a really good relationship, and I'm talking about Jon, John, and Six of Swords is something problematic. I'm not quite sure how that one fits in, but usually I find out later. I do. I'll be reading cards and I'll go, oh, yeah, that's what that means.
Then it clicks, and you're like, why didn't that click at the time?
And then moving forward, you got Five of Pentacles.
Ooh.
Um, that's how moving forward. I think I want to say rest. I don't know what's going on, so I can't really. I think rest. And then you got how it's developing as the hermit, your mentorship and guidance that you're on the right path. You might be overworking, and I don't know what you do besides this. I don't know what you do besides YouTube. I know your guys' channel is really good.
I'll have
Uh,
to check it out.
yeah, her and John, they do quite a bit together, and it's pretty good. They connect.
Oh, right, right.
And Three of Cups is the outcome, which is very good. It's you have a strength in unity. So message from spirit is it might be hard, but you're definitely on the right path. That's that's how I see it. And I got to run down through. I'll get something. Hi Jeff, it's okay. I'm looking for questions. Could I have a reading? Here we go. Tina. Let me. Crap.
I just realized I didn't have it on the comments. It was on the private chat, so that's why I couldn't see anything.
Oh! You know what? It's all about learning. You know what? I was reading research about YouTube channels
Yeah.
and TikTok and all that stuff. And the reason why they're becoming more popular with the world is because we're natural. We don't have makeup artists. We don't have fancy studios and we're real.
Right.
And that's why the public is turning away from commercialized and more into stuff like this.
Right.
Sister-in-law.
Could I have a reading on my relationship with my daughter? You know, relationships are hard. Like, I'm not talking to my brother right now because of, him being a jerk, pretty much. And, sometimes we have to, the card fell on the floor. So hang on just a second. Sometimes, we have to cut people out, if it's toxic or something like that, even if they are family, even if it does hurt. But I feel like we should always hold on to some hope, and we have Just Laugh coming in here. So, returning to the things that make you happy. Maybe it's your positive memories, with your daughter, reminiscing over the times you guys have laughed together, enjoyed things together. And, we can always send people love and support, whether we're talking to them or not, whether, it's as simple as thinking, I hope they're having a nice day, even if we're not talking, we can still send positive energy, positive vibes to people. And nothing is ever as dead or hopeless as we seem to think sometimes. Keep letting the universe know, that you would like to, be back into communication with your daughter, right time, right place, divine guidance, all of that sort of thing. So I even now, I still haven't given up hope, that my brother and I will talk someday, but I'm just letting go and letting, the universe.
Okay. All right. Tina. Tina, I want to talk to you. Okay. How old are you? How old is your daughter? And do you know what caused the lack of communication? And the reason I'm going to tell you this, and this is important before I do your reading, you have to be open. You have to
Mm,
be open, and I need you to be open. This is one mother speaking to another mother. When I was 15 years old, I had a baby girl and I gave her up for adoption. My sister and my brother-in-law dropped me outside the hospital and said, oh, we'll call mom and let you know that you're at the hospital. But they left me there by myself, and nobody was with me until later the next day after I'd
mm.
already given birth. And there's a reason I'm going to tell you this story. Now I'm going to speed it up because there was the first 24 years of her life, I had nothing to do with her because I wanted her to have a better life. So I gave her up for adoption. Well, she was adopted by a good Christian family. Yes, I coughed on purpose because I'm a spiritual Christian, more spiritual. So she proceeds. They raised my daughter. Let me just bypass a lot of it. At 24, she looked me up. We spent the first 9 hours talking in a van outside of a Burger King. It was like an instant hole sealed up in my heart that I had been carrying for 24 years. Back in 1971, when she was born, abortion was illegal, and my mother refused. My mother wanted me to have an illegal abortion, and I refused. So she come into my life at 24, and I'm going to speed it up because we haven't got 10 hours to hear all of it. But she was in my life for 16 years when she got sick and died. There was only her and I for her funeral, for her, not her funeral, but her death. I got a phone call saying that my daughter had been taken to Cleveland Clinic. And I have a story written about that day. If you follow my links and my stuff, you'll find it in my writings. It's called The Longest Drive. It was only my daughter and I when she came into this world, and it was only my daughter and I when she left this world. I had no one there with me. And then after I ID'd her body in the morgue, I had to drive 10 hours home from Cleveland, Ohio to northern Michigan. So now, if do you still want me to do this reading on, or can you help me figure out why you and your daughter aren't speaking? Because now that you've heard my story, I hope it's not too bad. I hope it's something that maybe tonight I can get you and your daughter together, Tina. She's 40. My daughter was 40 when she died.
Oh my goodness.
She came back in my life when she was 24. She was with me 16 years. I helped her give birth to 4 children, lose 4 children to the state of Michigan, and die a torturous death for 2 years. So, and before that, yes, we had disagreements. She wouldn't talk. She cut me off from seeing the kids for a year. But I was calm, persistent, and worked with her until I got through it. So I'm going to do a reading, and I hope it helps you find the solution that you're looking for.
That just really hit because there was times my mom and I haven't been in each other's lives either, and that mother-daughter relationship can be hard.
Yeah. And she, the last 5 years of her life, she called me mom. She no longer called her adoptive mother mom. She called her Jean because she was.
Sounds like she had a rough life,
She
honestly.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she she had a rough life living with her adoptive parents. I could have fucked her up better, okay?
Oh gosh.
And her and I joked about that all the time. It was like, Mom, you know what? You could have done a better job.
And not hid behind religion.
Yeah, and her mom hid behind religion. And this come up, keeper of anger. I didn't tell you my story to make you sad. I told you my story to look at things in life and see, is it really that important that the fork is on the left side of the plate instead of the right side of the plate? Is it okay that the spoon be sitting above? It doesn't really matter, does it? Keeper of anger. Anger is a sacred fire denied to many of us. We're encouraged to complaint, to be compliant and agreeable, even when it's not in our both interests. And this is where my daughter, she just, yeah, she was very angry. So I guess Spirit pulled the right card. I didn't. Spirit did. So maybe this will help you because her son, my oldest grandchild, is ADD, and he lived with me, and he's a mess. But I love him and accept him for who he is, and even though he does some stupid shit, he's learning. So too little fire, and we risk becoming listless or depressed. Too much, and we risk our peace of mind being consumed by wrath or worse, bitterness. The invitation in this moment is to find the creative power in your anger. What change can you invite? What injustice can you transform into justice through letting anger have its voice? When you allow sacred fire to have its space, you help the phoenix usher what is no longer vital into the ashes in order to be reborn on the wings of new life. And one of the first things my daughter said to me the day we met was, "Thank you for not having an abortion."
Something else I heard while you were talking is while we have breath in our body and we are alive, there's always hope.
Always.
Always hope.
I haven't given up on my two MAGA sons. Gigi, he sends me a happy Mother's Day text, right? Sends me a happy Mother's Day text. And I replied, "What's so happy about it? My daughter's dead and my two sons are MAGA."
Oh gosh.
So it was like, okay, my granddaughter, I think, is confused. Is it? She said, "My granddaughter, I think, is confused because my daughter won't let me talk with them." Well,
she's got a lot of anger
how
right now.
your story is making me. I'm
Sorry.
good, Tina. I'm glad it's making you stronger because that's why I told you that story. Because my daughter passed in 2012. And I spent 2 years running a semi across the road, collected her kids before they got taken off by the cops. It was a freaking nightmare. And I wouldn't change a thing other than
the outcome, her still being here, right?
Yeah. But other than that, I would have I would have done it all over again for her. I just, but I mean, we argued. She was just like me. She had a good sense of humor, but she has a temper like me. So it's a good.
And I think that's why it's hard for mothers and daughters. You're basically, you know, I
And
come
fathers
from
and
a
sons.
long line of strong women. I'm just like you. This is where I got my attitude from.
That's funny because I looked in the mirror the other day, brushing my hair, and I go, "Hi, mom." Yeah, it's like there she is. Oh, so I hope that Tina, my daughter was strong-willed. Oh my God, she was so strong-willed. Um, I'm thinking maybe I'll come up with something later. I'm thinking there's the way that I used to handle because she social what do you call it when the people can't socially interact very well.
Is it autistic?
Well, yeah, it's a form, but
Or
it's
socially awkward?
yeah, and so but we did well, you know, after all the shit. I mean, I just we managed. I should say that.
Well,
So
when we look back on things, it's like, why was I so, at the time it seemed really big, really important. And now it's like,
I know.
like I wasted so much time
I
uh,
know.
holding a grudge and it was only
Or
harming
get,
myself,
or
or,
getting irritated about something that really doesn't freaking matter.
yeah,
Does it I have a philosophy. If it doesn't matter in 6 hours, 6 days, 6 weeks, or 6 months, it ain't worth worrying about.
right.
If it is, if it's not something really important. So the laundry didn't get done. Okay, well, I'll throw two loads in.
Yeah.
It's but when I was younger, I was so anal. I used to, ugh, God, I think about myself. It was horrible. I was very,
We couldn't wait to grow up, and now I'm like, I don't
"Oh,
want to be a big people no more.
I don't want to be a doll. Oh, she's been going 15 years. Okay. Oh, I'm just reading through some of their
Oh, I'm
notes.
just hanging out. I'm
Too.
just along for the ride.
Yes, we are, Tina. We are so much alike. In fact, yeah. And you're more than welcome to tell her that story at your time because a lot of kids don't think about the longevity. They're young.
Yeah.
They don't think about, well, I may not be here next week. Or that argument you have when you walked out the door and you didn't say I love you before you walked out the door. It is, and I've tried to teach my boys how to be good husbands. Well, one's been married almost 30 years, so he's doing okay. But his wife keeps him in line, so she does. And I support her 100%. I do. My daughter-in-law and I get along better than my son and I. Tells me all the time. What is this? Kendra says, my oldest son is 8 and tells me all the time he doesn't want to grow up.
I don't blame them.
God, he must be a genius at 8.
Right? He's got it figured out.
Uh, so do you have anything you want to read about? Or I have a thing I like to do. Is Donald Trump going to be evicted soon? I use my pendulum. I want to know if
Ah.
let's see. Gellick, are you? Oh, my spiritual guide is Gellick. He's a llama. Serious.
Oh.
Hopefully, my sons learn some lessons about how to treat women better so they don't have heartbreak. Yeah.
You can also, speak that into existence, journal it, that, they
Yeah.
meet partners that,
Well,
are loving and kind and supportive, you know.
yeah. I always told my boys, check the mothers out.
Yeah.
I always told them, I said, if when you're dating a girl, check out the relationship and the family. See if it's loving and caring. And if it is, then you can succeed almost endlessly. But if there's nothing but battles and fighting and screaming and threatening, that's what you're going to have. So it's a choice. But okay, good morning. All right, evening, Gellick. Gellick is he's a llama. I used to clean house for him.
Oh.
So he passed away in 2017. I share his information on my YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go check that out. I'm bad about checking stuff out sometimes.
I do. I don't spend all my time, but I do spend a bit. Um, Gellick, are you here with us? He says yes. And Gellick, when he's a positive, happy yes, he swings just like this. I mean,
Oh wow.
he just, and if it's a little bit yes, now he's going to show us. He just started to show us a little bit yes. Thank you, Gellick. Show us no. Thank you. Show us you can't answer. Thank you, Gellick. So Gellick is with us, and he can answer yes and no questions for anybody, including you, Gigi.
Um,
Um,
I
Go
also
ahead.
have a. This is Ostra.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. She's got like all the Reiki in there. She usually helps me with balancing chakras as well as answering yes no questions.
Awesome. This has got a little stone heart in it
Oh,
inside. I got him. The necklace came from a friend for a Christmas gift she
that's
gave me.
beautiful.
And the stone came from the store owner from the metaphysical store where Gellick wants to talk. He
Oh,
starts swinging. When he wants to talk, he starts swinging.
right.
Um, hey, Julianne knows Gellick pretty well. Um, Damn it, Denise. So I was talking, the stone came from it's a little heart.
Oh,
It's a little blue heart, like made out of stuff like that.
oh.
It's the same kind of stuff. So Gellick, we got? Julianne, can Gellick tell me if the outcome of the shot is going to work? Oh, is that for your back, Julianne? That must be for her back. Okay, I did that shot too for the pain, and it's a saddle block. Mine didn't work, but yours will work. Mine worked 5 days, but my spine was really, really, really bad. It it was just a thing they had to do for the insurance company. So Gellick says yes, it will. It's going to work. Will she also have it done in July? I know he said last week or earlier in the week he said yes.
OSI joint in the pelvis.
Yeah, if S1, that's down in the tail.
S1, SI. I don't know what I'm talking about.
That S1, that's okay. It looked like an eye, but it's S1 joint in the pelvis area. See, mine was from that all the way halfway up my back.
Hmm.
Mine was really bad. I had lost control of my legs. I had it by the time they got around to doing it was bad.
Oh,
So yeah. Well, I have this done in July. Yes, you're July, and yes, the shot will work. I need to find one about Gellick. Oh, you need to find a guide like Gellick. Gellick is. Let me spell. I'm going to spell Gellick for you, Kendra. Gelek.
I'll also put Ostra, how to spell that too. in the comment.
Ricochet. It's Gallic Ricochet at Jewel Heart, Ann Arbor, Mich. There's a lot of other Buddhists there too, but Gallic passed, but his videos are still there, and I still watch his videos every week. And so, see, where are you? Let me see, Audrey. I'm reading notes. Hopefully, my son treat women better. If you ever see anything, holler at me. Can Gilly tell me if the outcome? Okay, we already did that.
Can Gellert tell me if I'm going to win my court case?
Sure. Gellick? He says yes.
I've been at it 6.5 years, so thank you, Gellick. I am really.
Okay. Will it be in 2025, Gellick? See what I mean? How
that is a strong. Yes.
Yeah, he's very close. He's very. I mean, he's pretty accurate. As long as the environment, things don't change in our.
Right.
We can't help it when bombs go off or.
No, we really can't. I mean, there are some things that are literally out of our control. So.
Or like a tree falls down on our house and during a storm. I mean.
Right. So, where I'm at. I'm in Oklahoma. We have tornadoes. So
I used to live in Oklahoma City.
Oh, see, I'm in Stroud. So May 3rd, 99, we had that really bad. We almost got trapped in our cellar because a tree fell. So
when it'll be settled. Thank you, Gigi. Tina is asking how about my court case. Right, Gilly, how about Tina's court case since 2021? Gillick is saying yes. How and when will it settle? I can't answer the how. Will it settle this year, Gilly, in 2025? Will Tina's? Yes. Will it be between September? Will it be September? Stop the pendulum. Will it be September?
I'm getting a no on September, but.
Well, see, he slowed it way down. Yeah. What about October, Gilly? Will it be in October? August? November? He can't give a complete, but yes, in 2025.
To me, it's there are things in like your guides and angels are working overtime behind the scenes on your behalf for your highest and greatest good. So there are some things that still need to be worked out, divine timing, and all of that as well. What else did it say? Oh, how and when. So.
Let me see if I can. I'll try and channel. Like I told you, I'm just learning. So Tina, if you don't mind me playing. So.
Yeah, because I'm getting kind of a blocked sensation on the. Maybe because minds haven't been made up yet.
We're in a courtroom. I'm hearing arguing and the word appeal came in my brain. What does appeal mean? What is appeal?
Um, appeal, like when you, like my
Gigi, you're frozen.
er, no.
Yeah,
It's probably it was probably my internet. We've been having storms, so
oh, that's why I was hearing the word appeal.
yeah. So sometimes when they don't agree, they have to appeal on
Oh.
your behalf.
Yeah, John McCain came in. I've talked to John Kennedy, President Kennedy too.
I talked to Val Kilmer like shortly after he passed away. He didn't say a whole lot. He just let me know. I was like, okay.
John McCain was all excited. He was like, "What?" Yeah, he was. Do you know how he was always optimistic and
Yeah,
positive? Not John McCain. You may not, because he was an older Republican.
right. Senator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. And like Kennedy, I forgot. It's been so long. I usually don't talk to anybody like that unless I get a request.
Right. I was just in here doing stuff for getting ready or something, and he just popped in. So I was like, all right, hey.
She goes, I'm really curious if that joint being right between the sacral and the root have anything to do with my emotions, creativity, and ability to meditate. Yeah, because you're in freaking pain all the time. Hello.
It blocked. So let's see.
Pain. Oh, I
Our
have just come around. Well, see, yeah, I went through shoulder surgery, back surgery, broken arm, two
mm,
abscess teeth, cancer, and had my thumb amputated in 11 months.
oh,
And
that's
after that is when I kind of got all my abilities come flowing out.
so I'm getting, that your root is not functioning very well here. All right, sacral. Sacral also is not
Oh, all her chakras.
solar. Your solar plexus is good though. And that's where like your inner fire is. So even though the bottom two have blockages, you know, and that can
Entertainment
be
purposes only. We're not medical professionals, but
right,
we do.
right. Oops, my bad. For
That's all right.
entertainment purposes only. Yeah. So I mean, you could have some blockages there, due to this. And did you say it was they were because the chakras were separated? So, ooh, Reiki practitioners, Reiki masters,
Oh,
deal.
doctors.
Yeah,
I had a chiropractor that used to, and he
yeah,
worked at Power Point.
holistic, yeah, holistic healers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he was a chiropractor and masseuse and the Reiki and all that stuff.
yeah, yeah.
I actually went paralyzed one time and had an ambulance take me out of the house because I was so bad with my
Yeah.
back. It was
My mom's about to have neck surgery in August, so whew,
she's a Reiki master.
master teacher. Um,
Get somebody to work on you.
right. Someone you trust for sure, because you have to have that.
Trying to think of any of us on YouTube that she could do a Zoom with or something. I know they do it that way.
I have my certification too as a master teacher. I got it before I had strokes though. So sometimes, so I've got blockages sometimes in my head, and the heart can be the hardest one to keep balanced because it's the filter.
What did you have strokes from? What caused it?
Um, I was in my 30s before I finally got diagnosed with PCOS and endometriosis.
Oh,
So I almost bled to death, and I was still trying to go and work a job, and I would pass blood clots this big.
oh.
And so finally, I went to the doctor here in town because I couldn't even work. And she took one look at me, refunded my money, sent me straight to the ER. They sent me to another hospital. I had to have a blood transfusion. And the doctor there said, it put me at risk for heart failure and stroke. And sure enough, heart failure and stroke, because I was so low. And they released me. I think they gave me 3 or 4 bags of blood.
Wow. See, that was like my daughter. They ended up giving her like 8 blood. They were giving her blood and it was coming out of her.
Yeah, that's basically, but I didn't have insurance at the time. And when they let me
go for millions.
When they let me go, the next day, they kept me overnight, I think it was. And, you're at risk for this and that, but, didn't want to do anything else to help me. And when I left, I was still only at like 9.9. So I was still really low and still bleeding. But, finally I had a hysterectomy in 2022, I think it was. So I wasn't able to have children. And that's been a real, I kept putting surgery off because I was trying to have a baby. And then my health just finally said, girl,
not going to happen.
Maybe in another life.
Or that, or, you never know.
Yeah.
There might be a surprise, somebody will say, hey,
Right.
I have a dog and a cat, so.
Yeah, I have 3 fur babies. So, I mean, they keep me on my toes.
So, yeah, it's amazing what we can go through and still survive. What is that what rock and roll song? I think it's by Led Zeppelin. Who is not Led Zeppelin? I think it's Rolling Stones.
You can't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need. That's the first one that came to mind. When you said Rolling Stones.
She bleeds. Huh. There's a song out, and I can't remember who it is. Probably, maybe somebody in the group will know. It's about how can you trust a woman who bleeds for 7 days straight and never dies?
Oh, yeah, I have heard that, but
I can't think of who it is.
Why does that sound more like a Ted Nugent song?
It might. Oh, no.
Or maybe I'm thinking Cat Scratch Fever.
Or I was thinking like
or Aerosmith. Hey, diddle diddle with the fiddle in the
middle
in the air. That's all I can think about.
Judas Priest.
Judas Priest. Oh, okay. We were circling all around it. We were just naming other bitchin' tunes.
That's like, there's a young guy that I listen to. I'm just reading through now. Wow, are they still active, Judas Priest?
I think so.
By the quick facts, it says they're active from 1969, and it don't show that they're not. I don't know. So anyway, that was it. When you were talking about that, that reminded me of that song. It's like, how do we survive?
Yeah, I mean, I wish mine was only 7 days. I went for 3 months at that time. Yeah,
the doctors put you off.
Yeah. Here, we'll put you on birth control. Like, birth control don't work for me. It gives me migraines, actually.
You decided, okay, let's see. Let's play. let's play. I was gonna do Trump. I wanted to find out uh if our presidente Gallic, I know you're here. Thank you very much. So when is he leaving, Gallic? Just come out and tell us. We want to know. We want everything to be hunky dory and beautiful flowers and rainbows and everything like that. Don't lie to us. We want the truth. And I used to talk to him like that in real life too. We used to sit at the dining room table and we would talk for two
Well, there's
years.
just some people you can have that kind of relationship with, you know?
Yeah. Carl wants to hear from his guide. May I hear from my guides for the next coming days? Yeah,
Okay.
Kendra, I'm just finally. Gellick says he's leaving. He keeps telling me he's leaving, but he won't tell me when. And he keeps saying big. I think, is he going to fly away in that big jet that he got from the Saudis, from the Middle East?
So
Yeah.
is Carl next or
Yeah, Carl's next. May I
okay.
hear from my guides? Um, let me see. Oh, when what did the Saudis have to do with the bombing in Iran? What was their involvement? There was something. Were the Saudis involved with Iran? Was the Saudis involved with Iran? He's going around in a circle. He won't answer it.
We're not meant to know right now.
Yeah, we're not meant to know right now. So,
Okay.
all right,
So
may I hear from guides?
I have Rise and Shine coming through here. So, be excited about what's coming your way. She has opened this window, she is looking out, greeting the day. You could even say the little ship back there. I don't know. I'm trying to make it so you can see it, but I think I was making it away from you instead. Ships are coming in, right? So, spirits like get excited about your life, get excited about the things that are coming your way. Bigger and better is on the horizon. So make sure you're getting up, make sure you're greeting the day. I'm thankful I woke up today. I'm thankful to be alive, those sorts of things. And I'm just feeling a lot of excitement right here, Carl. So something big, major, important is heading your way. So make sure you're open and ready to receive it.
I had to make sure the dog wasn't behind me. So,
Don't want to run it over, yeah.
yeah, 'cause she likes to hang on me. Carl, what I've got is the Queen of Pentacles. I think you might be your landlady. Um,
Ooh.
maybe not. Maybe it's something needs more attention, which wow, first time hearing a good read. Yeah. Um, homework. Too much cash. What's covering you is something needs more attention, which, yeah. But you got the justice coming out on,
Oh yeah.
yeah. A fair decision with truth is coming forward. Uh, all the trickery and everything is being exposed because you got the magician upside down. So instead of being all the resources, too bad it didn't come out this way, all the resources you need. But inappropriate power of use. Trickery, that was that situation we talked about on Friday. That's someone's trying to trick somewhere along the dealings. But how it's developing is you got a fresh start. And I think that's what I told him too, something about earlier on Friday. So you got spontaneous, carefree, and a fresh start coming. And you have the death card reversed on the outcome or solution, it's coming the end of your old past. Since we're talking about finances, I think everything's going to turn around now. Finally, I think it's finally going to turn around. You may have to start legal cases against these guys or threaten legal cases. I'm not a lawyer.
I also heard things that have been done in the dark will be brought to the light.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think this was.
Yeah, that magician. Yeah.
Yep.
And then death reversed, people are like, oh no, not the death card.
No, it's yeah. It's
or not the tower.
It's the end of something, and the tower is just time to rebuild, or
And death is Scorpio, so that could be October, November as well. Yeah. For timing.
For the death card?
Yeah, death is Scorpio.
Oh, okay.
Scorpio energy.
That's what I want to learn. I want to write that on my cards so that when I'm reading, I can learn it. It's the best way I learn.
I have to reteach myself. Like, my long-term memories are fine, but my short-term, I have to work on it. So I kind of like shuffle cards, and like as a kid when you did your mom would hold up the card and you'd have to tell her what it was or whatever it's called. I can't remember.
It's like, cut it off. Oof, hot. Let me see here. I don't know. I'm just doing a reading since we don't have any question. October.
Yeah, it would be the end of October, first part of November there for Scorpio season. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My daughter was Scorpio, October 30th.
My grandma was October 25th. So they will sting you real quick.
Yeah. And I'm a Sagittarius. So can you imagine her and I together?
I'm a Leo. So.
Oh, and I got a Leo.
Fire signs, boy howdy.
Yeah, she was beautiful though. She was a good girl. Well, she was my daughter, so of course she was good.
And sometimes it meant good at being bad.
Oh yeah. She could be good real bad. She could be bad real good.
Yeah.
Promise, sometimes we do it together. That was like
right.
Hell, I was just under 16 years older than she was.
Right.
So
well, like my grandma got married at 16 and had her first kid at 17, I mean,
I had her at 15 and got married at 16.
That's young, I mean, I got married the first time at 22, and then I was like, man, I still didn't have a clue of what was really going on. Your husband's a Scorpio.
Ace of Swords. I'm just doing a general reading.
It's 8 a.m. where Carl is. Oh, wow.
Yeah, 8 a.m. He's Philippines.
Oh, Philippines. Okay.
Yeah, because I used to do during the week at 12, but by that time I was exhausted.
Right.
Because of too much. I absorb everything.
Oh, me too. I pick up on, like, once we get done with this, I'm going to go in my bedroom and be like.
And I don't like, I had a short relationship with a Scorpio. It was fun. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're fun, all right.
High sex drives.
Yeah. Very sexual, very mysterious. Yes.
And my daughter would tell me about this shit. Like,
my grandma would ask me about my, was it any good? And I was like, Grandma, she was like, hey, just because there's snow on the roof don't mean the fire's out.
Yeah. Oh, God. Your grandmother was a hoot.
Oh, yeah, she was.
So for general reading for the group, I got a hangman.
Ooh.
We're getting a different perspective. I hope that's for this next week, that tonight Trump got on his big plane and flew east. fly, fly.
The F up out of here.
Yep. So it's this is for us though. Dampen enthusiasm, problems with the new endeavor.
Ooh.
I don't need that. That's not our problem. We don't want problems.
Don't be afraid to think outside of the box.
We want an ace of swords. We want communication. I want to win the lottery tonight.
Yes.
I bought one ticket. So
and it's the winner. Come on. Winner, chicken
winner. It's the winner. Winner, chicken dinners. And then I got the Fool, how it's developing. So it's new beginnings. Carefree. Yeah, if I won the lottery, I definitely will be carefree.
I want to be on Easy Street. Come on.
Yeah. And the outcome, solution, or advice is spiritually stuck. No, I don't want to be spiritually stuck.
I'll just get unstuck.
Avoid self-evaluations. I don't want to be self-evaluating. My neighbor self-evaluated me earlier this week.
And he did a great job, didn't he?
Yeah, and he analyzed me well. He told me the reason I have no friends is because I'm a hateful woman who don't love her dog. And let me also. And he said,
"Oh, you're gonna make me cry from laughing."
Oh, a skunk! There's a skunk. Oh, can you see the skunk? Oh, can't.
I see the ceiling.
Yeah, that was the other part of my porch. The skunk is out there. Big, you guys, black and white. I'm not kidding you. Walking down my neighbor's driveway.
Maybe he's gonna go spray your neighbor.
I live in town. I have deer. I got possums. I got
right.
All kinds of birds, all kinds of squirrels. You name it. So what was I doing? I'm hot. I need one of those fans that Gerald has. You know that fan that Gerald has? Oh, there it goes. Over there across the street. Oh, it's got babies.
Oh. Little baby skunkaroonies.
Yeah.
I love baby animals. I don't care.
I'm gonna, if the deer this year left all my flowers, some years they eat all the flower buds off.
Oh, yeah.
You know how the flowers will have the buds?
Yeah.
They'll eat all the buds off. And I know it's deer because my flowers are, this high up off the ground.
Oh yeah, they're high. Yeah.
They're I would say about a good 4 feet tall out here in the front of my house. They're those, what are those daylilies, or, the ones that shoot up and they have the big thing that opens up like a.
Yeah.
Like
like a trumpet.
Yeah.
Are those lily of the valley?
Nah. Those are different.
Or peace lilies, I think, open up like a trumpet.
Kitty, get into with the skunk. Come on, kitty, get back in the house. You look like the skunk.
Oh gosh.
Come on, Kiki. Come on. Okay, they're long gone. I watched them. These.
I think we call them tiger lily.
Tiger lily, Tina says.
Yeah, tiger lily. They're native around here in Oklahoma. Like, they just out in the wild blooming down here.
I have a stone house, and they're all around my house.
Oh, yeah. I like lilies, though. Those are pretty.
And then all my irises bloomed and died,
Yeah. I think the first flowers we had come up was our tulips. And then
I was talking about Gerald and a fan.
Yeah. I have started new for us coming through. You see the butterflies there, and you also see
Yep.
the caterpillar. So, the caterpillar has to go through a major transformation, literally turns into a pile of goo, but it knows that it's been the beautiful butterfly the whole time. So even when we're going through our transitions, we have to remind ourselves we've been the beautiful butterfly the whole time, and do everything we can to prepare to turn into that butterfly. The caterpillar goes around and eats everything it can. I also have say yes coming in. So, I think, didn't you say something about saying yes, or am I hallucinating? I could be. New opportunities, new beginnings. I think maybe I'm thinking of the Ace of Swords, because aces are new beginnings, new opportunities being made available to us, and we have to be brave enough to say yes to them.
That's kind of what mine was reading on. Is the opportunities are there. We have to accept them.
Right, because before we do accept them, they are just potential. We're the ones that have to do the action or plant the seed or whatever the case may be. With swords, I always say that the Ace of Swords is my sword of truth that I can use to cut through any lies, BS, deception, kind of like King Arthur plucked the sword from the stone, and I also have stick with it. So, we want to quit sometimes, but Spirit's like, nope, can't quit just yet. Gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
Right.
So and the next question is, can you ask your pendulum if I'm picking up the deep sadness of my roommates and their family today? This is where I wish I had my other oracle cards.
I'm getting a yes. You're really sensitive to energies, and the closer you are to someone, the more you can pick up on those feelings. So, and be able to recognize that it's not yours, it's not coming from you.
And I got keeper of nurture.
Ooh.
So the keeper of nurture would be someone you'd be nurturing. You're feeling their pain.
And you're called to be a healer.
Yeah, and she is a healer. So
yeah.
Like, is Julianne feeling her roommates and their family? Yeah, he's swinging big time, Julianne. You're really that might be.
There was too.
Yeah. Cleanse, take a shower, and visualize all that negative going down the drain. That's what I do when I shower.
And transmuted back into positive energy by the earth. Yeah, I do the same thing.
So, all right, it's been great. We've been on an hour and 23 minutes.
I don't even feel like it, though. But once we stop, I'm going to be dead to the world.
Well, that's what I noticed, that when I go, the longer I do this, my late friend's birthday is today. Death anniversary.
Oh, goodness, that's back to back.
Oh, right, she lives with her husband and son.
She's trusting you to take care of them, and on her behalf.
Yes.
Thank you, Carl.
Yep. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you, Julianne, for being so open as well. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, for this.
Everybody. We didn't even get to talk to everybody, but we talked a lot.
Yeah, I'm very long-winded. But I'll come on again if you would like.
Yeah, let's do it again. When we get off, we can decide on how often and stuff. Because this is all I do anymore. I'm giving up the store, because this is enough of my energy.
Right.
And what's going on in our world, and I'm not just talking about our country, I'm talking about the world is just, some days I can't breathe. It's just so over. I feel like this chat might. And I know it's just that. It's all it is.
Right. Well,
So,
and then the fact, not just other people in the world, but Gaia herself.
oh, cool. All right, Julianne, I will send you a message. Julianne wants to come on the show. Oh, I forgot about my dog.
Yay! You'll have a blast.
Yeah, it's yeah, because I like just my shows are just all like this, pretty casual. I
This
try
is
to
only the third one I've done. So
I
I've done
try to
two.
abide. I've done quite a few.
I've done two with Allie, and then one with you. So
Was last Saturday night was Allie and I, wasn't it? Was it last Saturday night? I don't even remember.
I
Every
do remember. I do good to remember yesterday and today.
But Julianne, I'll send you an email. I'd love to see you, Julie. Yeah, I can't wait. Julianne and I connect. All right. My dog is bitching.
Yeah, he said it's time. Cut it.
Yeah. You know what's funny, you guys? When I drove semi at 9 o'clock at night, that dog would sit on the bunk because that's where she rode, and she would start barking at me. 9 o'clock at night. It's time to pull this truck over, and you better get us to bed. She was just dogs control us. Spiritual readings at Gigi. Yeah. Did you put it in there? Good.
I did.
All right.
I don't have the actual link to it, but
What you do is like when you're typing it.
yeah. Do I do the @ sign?
Yep. At. And there's a spiritual.
Yeah. Or spirit
Oh, spirit.
readings. Hold on. My brain.
I'm doing it.
Oh, you're doing it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Readings. And it's space.
Gigi.
Now, is it Gigi in there? In your link? Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
You hear? Yes, Fletcher.
He is demanding.
Yes, she's very demanding. She'll be 14 August 4th. She's a Leo.
Oh, mine's August 3rd.
Really?
Yeah. I'll be 43.
Matilda, just a minute. She's going deaf. She's got cataracts.
Oh.
But she looks like a puppy.
Oh, well, she sounds like really cute. Is she a small dog?
Yeah, she's only like 10 pounds.
Oh, wow.
All right. Night, everybody. And hang on, Gigi. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Subscribe, it's free. Highlight the bell to get notifications and thumbs up. Make comments on replay. I want you to have love, light, and laughter in your life every day. Because if you love and shine light on it, it brings laughter into your life.